Welcome to the final primetime game of the penultimate week of the regular season here in the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. And we're in Dallas in the Lone Star State as the Dallas Talons, currently the #1 seed in the playoff rankings, taking on the Los Angeles Aztecs. Hello, folks. I'm Tyler Falk, joined in the broadcast booth by my friend Eric Vincent. Eric, right now it's a battle for positioning, and no matter what happens today, win, lose, both these teams still have all to play for going into the final week, but they have to take care of business tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Tyler. It's going to be an interesting matchup between these two squads. Dallas, they've got Miami and St. Louis hot on their heels in the Great East Conference. Meanwhile, LA, who had a very hot start and a very good season, they're sitting in the wild card right now, sitting at 10-4. So they're looking to get themselves back into the division lead and possibly get one of those higher seeds.
And here we go from Dallas as the Talons kick it off to the Aztecs, and here comes a return up through the middle, and a decent return for Devin Miles, and that is where the Aztecs will set up shop for their first possession of the ball game on their own 26-yard line. Start with the run up the gut for Isaiah Fowler, and that's a good run on first down. A total of 7 yards picked up by Fowler. Let's meet the rest of the Aztec offense. Fowler's the tailback with Iggy Turner and Miles Morales-Woods at wideout. The tight end is Lars Bazar, and on the line in the trenches, Alexander Orion, Lee, and Liam Swift. Those are your stars. Pass over the middle is caught and already up to midfield. Marco Swift connecting with Morales-Woods for a gain of 17.
Yeah, Miles Morales-Woods, he's a huge part of this offense. Obviously, Iggy Turner's going to be the deep play guy, right? You're going to want to find him one-on-one coverage streaking down the field. But Morales-Woods is the guy that works the middle of the field. He will make those tough catches. Came into this game over 750 yards receiving to go with 5 touchdowns.
Really good start to this drive. 2 plays, already over 20 yards, and then a pass, little comeback route caught. Morales-Woods again on the far side for another gain of 10 plus.
And that's what I'm talking about, Tyler. Very tough catch there. Little curl route, hitch route, stop and go, and great pitch and catch there. Holds onto the football. 2 early catches from Morales-Woods.
Tight end motion to the right side. Be play action here from Swift, looking middle, caught middle, shoot, and a shifty move to get extra yards for the Aztecs. And there's Iggy Turner, the man in the thumbnail.
Yeah, he was absolutely hyped to make the cover art here tonight, but he's looking good there out on the field as well. Came wide open, clearly fooled by the play action was Dallas's defense, and Marco Swift looking very, very sharp on this opening drive here for the Aztecs.
Here we go, here we go. 15 lining, 15 lining. And go.
A little carry up the middle there for Isaiah Fowler as he goes up there and gets 6 yards. Good looking run there up the middle.
Thank you, Eric. As we get back to the line here in second down, a little bit of give and go here for the Aztecs. Play action, hit him with a run on first down, pass on second down, looking end zone, caught! Touchdown! Iggy Turner!
And Iggy with his 8th touchdown grab of the season. Again, coming wide open there. One-on-one coverage, it looks like, is what Dallas is going with on a couple of these plays, especially on those catches to Turner. And I don't know if that's going to be a recipe for success tonight. Very good opening drive for LA, marching all the way down the field for a touchdown.
8th touchdown this season for Iggy Turner. He's already in the top 10 in receiving touchdowns here in the UFL, and he does it again. LA up 7-0, and for a team that struggles a little bit on the road here, Eric, they're 4-3 coming into their final road test of the season. Really haven't found consistency, but this is a good way to start the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this team has won 4 of their last 5. I mean, shoot, you could even go back. Really, they've only had 1 loss within recent memory, and that was on the road at San Jose, an inexplicable 10-7 loss. Really not a whole lot of points to speak of from this offense, but overall, I would say LA has had a great year. They're one of the dominant teams in the UFL, and it's a little surprising to see them down in the wild card right now.
And the ensuing kickoff will be taken down for a touchback itself. And so we'll see the Dallas Talons offense take the field. And the man at halfback, Travis James, had a phenomenal game last week, setting the league record in rushing yards and had a 99-yard rush. That's also a record. Deep shot on first down is incomplete. Looking for Rashad Lockley, the stud wide receiver, as we take a look at the entirety of that Talon offense, looking to try and figure their way through here, all 100 yards here at home.
And we saw it right there. Cameron Duty, the quarterback, loves to go deep to Rashad Lockley. He's a speed demon. They will go ahead and take shots down the field like we just saw a play ago.
Try to test this absolutely phenomenal defense. Best defense in the UFL. Best in passing, best in running defense as well. What can you tell us, Eric, about everybody here in the trenches?
I mean, look, you got to watch out for Michaela Foraker. I mean, she will come and absolutely eat your lunch from the defensive tackle spot. She has had sacks galore all season long, coming in with 22.5 sacks. That's an absolutely insane number. And DJ Kilgannon, he's got 12.5, which seems minute compared to Foraker.
Blitz coming in, it opens up the defense. A rare strike from Dallas against this Los Angeles defense, and just like that, 70 yards for Neil Rivers, the tight end.
And Tyler, you know, I was sitting here thinking, you know, I did mention Neil Rivers as being a big option in this passing attack, and I probably should have, because he gets a touchdown grab right there. That is his 9th on the season, and he comes in with almost 1,000 yards receiving. So Neil Rivers definitely one of those big options for this Dallas Talon offense. And that might be the longest play that LA has given up this season. We'll have to check on that.
Getting some confirmation from the league's co-founder, Cameron Irvine, back at UFL HQ, but my goodness, a solid play to counter that blitz from Los Angeles, and just like that, Dallas is on the board, and they have tied up this football game at 7 apiece. And no, that's one of the longest. It's the second longest passing play that Los Angeles given up. They gave up a 75-yard bomb to Phoenix earlier this season.
Now 10-7 and 51 plus off the board. We got ourselves a big play already early on in this ball game. And man, oh man, it's already shaping up to be the type of ball game that we anticipated, Tyler. These two teams going at each other hard early on.
And it's good to see. I mean, we're looking at two of the heavyweights in this league, and we're talking with UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. There's so much parity in this league, so many good players making good plays, and we see it again here. We're in for a treat if everything continues on its given path here tonight, as the return this time is going to be bottled up at the 26-yard line. Really nothing that Miles can do this time. He's averaging 24 yards a return so far here tonight, as the Los Angeles offense returns to the field here after a solid opening drive, which saw them open the scoring. Play action and nothing doing. Swift rolled back into a sack. First one of the ball game for Dallas, and it's Randy Coleman who comes up with that one.
Yeah, Randy Coleman just comes unabated to the quarterback. You see him right there, just right off the line, doesn't fall for the play action, goes right for Marco and eats him for lunch. And fun fact, we talked about these two defenses, right? Both these teams, they love to get to the quarterback. They get sacks galore. Both Los Angeles and Dallas are top 5 in sacks. Dallas coming in to this game with 49 sacks on the season.
That is gross. And another play action. Another chance here for Swift. He's got plenty of time. Now he's going to try and tuck it in one, but Dallas had a spy out there. And another tackle behind the line. Frank Bernstein gets behind the line.
And that'll go down as a sack. 2 back-to-back sacks here for this Talon defense. And this is just what the doctor ordered after a long drive for the initial drive for the Aztecs. This time, Dallas defense baring their teeth, getting in the backfield, laying hits on Swift, making him uncomfortable, and now it's 3rd and a country mile.
Third down and 22 yards to go. Another play action. Swift, middle. Oh, what a pick! Dallas will take over, and it's Bernstein on back-to-back plays, making big plays.
Wow, that was incredible. He played that route better than the receiver. I can't believe he came up with that. And insanely enough, that's actually his first pick on the season against Fancher, and he just plays it perfectly. Comes down with it, a sack and a pick on back-to-back plays. Dallas is a business.
Go now, 18 Gator. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Right.
Here comes the run here on first down. Nothing doing for James. We've been talking about him getting all those accolades, and it seems like LA's ready to counter.
Yeah, LA getting in there, making the stop. First carry of the game for James. Obviously, Dallas wanting to go with the big chunk play on the previous drive, and they got it. But Trevius James having trouble getting out of the backfield to start things off. LA's run defense going to really tune in on him after his big game last week.
Judy can't even get to the line before his line just all of a sudden flinches, and they're going to go back 5 yards, make it 2nd and 18 now. Very light box here on 2nd down, and they're going to try and go RPO. A little bubble out to the right side. Shifty move, and there goes Lockley. All the way down to the 10-yard line.
And this is what they like to do, Tyler. They like to get him the ball any way possible because of his speed. It is lethal. And you see it right there, just on a little RPO. Very nicely done by Duty, recognizing that there is not a soul out there in coverage on Lockley. And all it takes is just one move on Rie to go ahead and spring that ball into the red zone.
This is the kind of offense we were expecting from Dallas here tonight. 4-2 at home and looking for a little bit more of home, a little bit more home cooking. They were 6-2 on the road this season. Handoff left side. Another little juke out of another tackle, and Dallas is in to score again. It's Tre'Vez James with the first rushing touchdown and a slow cap to boot to put Dallas out in front.
Nicely done by Tre'Vez James. Again, just a really good move to avoid the initial contact. That's Rie again, just completely getting left in the dust, avoiding the second defender and getting himself into the end zone. Great rushing touchdown there, number 16 for him on the year.
And here's the big kicker, right, Eric, is Los Angeles defense only averages just over 12 points against a game. They're the best in the league that do it. Dallas has already scored 14 points, and we're not even through the halfway point of the first quarter.
Certainly going to hurt that average a little bit there, Tyler, but as I mentioned, Dallas they've got some teams that are looking up at them very eagerly, licking their chops. Miami, they had a very intense game during this week as well against Dakota. They ended up walking them off in overtime, still staying undefeated in overtime. And then there's St. Louis in a very similar situation as LA, had a very good season. They've been at the top of the tables pretty much the majority of the year, and they find themselves in the wild card, looking to play themselves into a home playoff game.
So even if, as the score stands right now, even if Dallas win tonight, they are not guaranteed the division, because if Dallas lose next week against Tennessee, who are on a very hot start, another comeback victory in game night here just mere moments ago. Tennessee is now winners of 5 straight, and Dallas has to play them next week. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
Oh yeah, that'll be a fun one. It's playoff football, baby. What more can you say? It's exciting.
Tennessee really looking to solidify their place here in the wild card, and that's a good strike for Los Angeles. Swift finding Lars Bazaar, tight end for 25.
Yeah, Bazaar is a big target in this offense as well. He'll go ahead and get those footballs. Usually on those post routes there, it looks like he ran a little bit of a seam just past the initial level of the defense, the linebacker level of defense, but great job holding on to the football, maneuvering through the defenders and getting an extra 5 yards.
You really have to look out for one of the tallest guys on the football field for Los Angeles. Here comes a run, and ducking and diving his way forward is Fowler. That's a good gain of 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, Fowler's had a good productive start so far. 3 carries for 19 yards. We really haven't seen him get bottled up yet by this Dallas defense. We'll see if the Aztecs lean more into that rushing attack.
Bunch off to the right, play action again. Swift, cannon, left side caught on the comebacker. Iggy Turner involved early and often already, his 3rd reception.
And you know how badly Iggy wants to get that football. He is constantly in the locker room asking for that ball, and that's a beautifully run route. Just leaves the DB in the dust. Corin Foxworth listed number 1 on the depth chart and just makes mincemeat out of him.
11th offensive play now for Los Angeles here in the ball game. It's going to be a quick flip out near side, and Dallas is all over. There's Foxworth making up for the last play with a tackle for loss.
Oh yeah, he didn't like getting cooked by Iggy, so that's a great individual effort there by Foxworth to key in on the wide receiver screen and just burying Fancher for the TFL.
Going a little backward on a first down. Let's see what Los Angeles cook up here on second down. They themselves, we were talking about Dallas having a little bit of, uncertainty. Even with a loss for Los Angeles tonight, it would not spell ultimate doom for their division race. Run right side here for Fowler. Nothing doing. We'll we'll get to introduce you finally to that offense. It took us a little bit of a while, but we've talked about the wideouts. Let's talk about everybody else here, Eric.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Lars Bazaar is one of those underrated weapons that the Aztecs have on offense. Came in to this week over 700 yards receiving. He's had a couple touchdowns as well. He's going to be one of those guys to look at as maybe the third option.
Swift, right side, beautifully placed pass to Morales Woods to the 6-yard line, and it's first and goal, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, Marco's been doing a great job finding his weapons here tonight. I mean, he sprinkled in Fancher a little bit, but he's been looking at Iggy and Miles, and he has been targeting them heavily. They've been coming up with big plays, and they've been getting free in this Dallas defense. Great job so far by Marco Swift. Great job by the receivers for the Aztecs.
Fresh set of downs here at first and goal here for the Aztecs. Swift fakes the touch pass, hands it off to Fowler up the middle. He's going to get inside the 5, but brought down by Julian Heim as we introduce you to the Dallas defense. And they're really led by Bernstein in the secondary and Van Holten on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen Bernstein here today. He's already made his presence felt, getting a sack, getting an interception. He is one of those guys to look out for in that defensive secondary, as he's come up with a ton of tackles, coming in with 96 total tackles, 12 of them for loss.
High formation, play action, Swift turning against his body, pressure coming, and he's brought down by Darrell Lawrence.
Yeah. Dallas just doing a good job there, just working to get free on the play action. Marco, I think, just a little bit confused, trying to find his bearings, and really just didn't have anybody open. Good coverage sack there, and a couple different guys could have really gotten there. Heim was the first one, but an 11-yard loss, that'll really knock the Aztecs back.
And so after a good play on first down, gets set all the way back to their 14-yard line. An opportunity now. Swift, it hits pick for the second time tonight on third down. And Dallas looking more and more like the #1 defense here with a couple of picks to snuff out a couple of drives.
Yep, back-to-back drives ending in an interception. This one, just a bad decision here by Swift. I don't think he saw Hastings lurking there and ready to make the play on the football. And back-to-back drives looking promising for LA, just absolutely killed from interceptions. Bernstein just made a good play on the previous drive, but this one, I got to give that one to Swift. That falls on him.
And so Dallas will take to the field again. Their defense playing very strong tonight, and now their offense can go back to work as Tre'Vez James gets the call on first down. A couple of yards picked up there.
Yeah, and really haven't seen too much from Tre'Vez James, mainly because the Dallas offense has just been working so well through the passing attack. They've taken advantage of the turnovers so far.
3 tight end look here, however, on second down. Might be another one. And indeed it is for James, but he is upended quickly. Going nowhere, DJ Kilgannon.
And I talked about Kilgannon along the front line there with Foraker. Both of those people, they're wrecking machines there on the front four.
And that will take us to the end of the quarter. 14-7. The hometown crowd's happy with the scoreline so far. It's 14-7 in favor of their Dallas Talons. Can Los Angeles' defense come and meet the task given by the Talons? I'm Tyler Falk. He's Eric Vincent. Welcome to the second quarter here of Week 16's final primetime game, as the first pass out of the quarter break is caught for a first down here for Dallas. Isaiah Taylor pulling that one in for his first catch.
Yeah, and good decision-making there by Cameron Duty, just finding the open slant route and allowing his receiver to make some magic. Rain Rie having a little bit of a tough game as we see him on the tackle there. Gotten juked out of his shoes a couple different times. He's looking to rebound, and I think he took some frustration out on that tackle there.
Try and run with James again, but he is met by about half the defense there on the right side.
Yeah, early on, it definitely looks like LA has been up to the task of containing Travius James. Hasn't really gotten anything going through one quarter of play.
Single back ace look. James trying to bounce it out of the outside, but that is contained rather quickly. Tried to cut it inside at the end of that, but Mike Nikolopoulos able there to come up with the stop, and that brings up third down.
Yeah, pretty much the entirety of the linebacking core was right there, ready to make the play. Good pursuit by the Aztec defense.
Duty just gonna air this one out. One-on-one, and he cannot hook up with Lockley, and Los Angeles defense comes out of the quarter break and puts the kibosh on the Dallas drive.
Yeah, Marion Turner, good one-on-one coverage there with Lockley down the sideline, and just in a good position there to not allow Lockley to gain any sort of footing on catching that football. Really no chance for Lockley to make a play.
Punts away from Trey Strong, and that one is just going to bounce into the back of the end zone. And now that we're at the end of the week here, partner, let's just really break down what it really means here for these players. Let's talk about first the fight for the #1 seed and the Central Division there in the Great East. Miami did not play Dallas or St. Louis, but has a better conference record. St. Louis and Dallas split the season series, so no head-to-head tiebreak available there. And the third tiebreak is RPI. Currently, St. Louis is .591 and Dallas is .7574. That can all change with the result that comes in. As the Pulp wants and nothing doing, and down goes Swift for yet another sack. Riggs there on the tackle, and they're going to go backwards 9 yards.
Yeah, Dallas is doing a great job getting to the quarterback. I mean, Marco Swift just not able to get rid of the football, and look across the board, he's got nowhere to go. I mean, absolutely nowhere. Great coverage on the back end, and that's why he had to eat the football and take the sack.
Looking for something within the first 5 yards, but that covered two defense just playing hat on a hat. No space to go for. We go back for the playoffs there in the Great East. Motor City currently leads Tennessee because of the Week 1 win. And Milwaukee plays Tennessee next week. If Motor City and Tennessee win, the standings stay the same unless Cincinnati loses. If the Vultures lose in that scenario, Motor City and Cincinnati would both finish 9-7, split the season series, and both finish with the same conference record. The third tiebreak is RPI, which Cincinnati currently leads at 51% to 46%. As another play going backwards, trying to stretch it out from right to left and going nowhere this time.
Yeah, first real negative play we've seen on the ground for Fowler, as he made a good move in the backfield, but Dallas just good pursuit to the football. That's Jonah Heim getting in there and making another big stop.
From the shadow of his own end zone, now stepping back into it, Swift's got to get rid of it and does. Finds Morales Woods trying to break out of a tackle and cannot, as Dallas, with an excellent defensive stand, come up with a 3-and-out, and that will force a Los Angeles punt.
And that's what happens when your defense stands strong on first and second down. They could go ahead and just hang out on third down. Nickel, dime packages, just let the offense come to you and make the play. You're basically playing on your heels, not having to play on your toes.
So from the 3-yard line, Nick Burke going to try and send this one deep downfield. He's going to have a pretty decent one from inside the 40. Return coming all the way across midfield down to the 46-yard line. And while we talked about the Great East, let's talk about the West. That fight for the Pacific. Los Angeles currently holds the cards in the Pacific after splitting with San Diego. LA has the better conference record than SD. If they end up with the same record, Los Angeles will win the division. Here's what we were talking about earlier. If LA loses tonight, they can still win the division next week with a win and a San Diego loss as camera duty.
Wow.
Lockley is there, unlocking LA's defense and tearing this one wide open.
He's been the difference maker in the game so far, Tyler. I mean, LA has just had no answer for him. He has gotten bottled up on maybe a play 2 plays, but with the volume that Judy goes to Lockley, I mean, this is just inevitable. He's been making play after play. We're not even out of the first half yet, and Dallas now with firm control, 2-possession lead.
And here comes Dallas to try and knock home the extra points. And kick is up and good. So Dallas currently with a 14-point lead. And regardless of what happens here today, whoever loses, that's the one thing unique about the UFL as we welcome in the league's co-founder, Cameron Irvine. Whoever loses today might be set up for a better playoff opportunity because they'll be able to change things up from what they see here tonight.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Imagine what happens if you go into the playoffs on a hot streak like at Tennessee, or you go into the playoffs with a loss and you have that one last opportunity to make some adjustments. Right now, the ball is currently in LA's court. The last time that Los Angeles made a game plan adjustment was back on September 30th when they tweaked that red zone offense. Obviously here today, it's just trying to keep up with Rashad Lockley and Neil Rivers. They're doing something that no team has done on LA. And so LA would have a decision to make in that scenario, Tyler. Do they react to one loss and try to mix up the defense, or say, look at our body of work, we'll be just fine? Tough to say if you're in a wild card road playoff game, right? Just very interesting decisions. That's just a breakdown of how it would look like for LA. If they come back and win this game, obviously, then Dallas is going to have some similar decisions to make too.
Thank you, Kip. Yeah, it's been a while, but I don't know if they've gone into the future. You said September 30th? Are we somehow in October already? But it's getting closer and closer to postseason.
I mean, it's unbelievable that I could make one mistake. It's just shocking.
You know, I gotta give my brother-in-law a little bit of ebb and flow for all the ebb and flow he's been trying to give me all these years. But I digress. LA has an opportunity, regardless of the outcome today, to still get it done, and a win would certainly help. But that little juke certainly helped. And turning on the afterburners all the way down the sideline and just clicked down by his cleats. A touchdown-saving tackle from Sheldon Hastings. But what a catch and run from Iggy Turner.
Wow, I mean, that was an electric play, and that's what Iggy can give you on offense as well. I cannot believe that Hastings was able to get the shoestring of Iggy Turner on that play. Great move to avoid initial contact, and then his speed just turns it on. Bernstein had no shot at him. Big play for the Aztecs.
Bernstein got burned, I would say, maybe. First and 10, he's done a very good job. Already has a pick here tonight as Fowler is finally brought down after a good run of 6 yards.
And that's going to be the game for both of these teams. We're going to see the big plays. Which team can make the most big plays? Because both of these defenses are very impressive, but their offenses are just as impressive.
Los Angeles top 10 in scoring, averaging 24 points a game, looking for a touchdown here, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Lenerick Fancher II, and nearly picked off on the rebound by Hastings.
Yeah, and this is about where they were when they made the last mistake. Swift didn't see the defender to come in and make the interception. Hopefully he can hold on to the ball this time and get some points.
One-man rush, looking for the slant, caught, touch, no! Down at the 1 is Turner.
Wow, I thought he got in. We'll have to take another look. Maybe we can get a look at the pylon cam there, because it certainly looks like he had crossed the plane when he made that catch. And I don't think he was down by contact prior to breaking the plane.
Oh, this is close, and LA's not going to challenge it. They're going to try out the run game and trust in Fowler to get the job done, but Dallas is all over that. They go from maybe having a touchdown to going back to the 3-yard line.
That's absolutely wild. I mean, at least with the initial play there, it certainly leaves you baffled if you're an Aztec fan, but still got a couple opportunities to get yourself in the end zone. I mean, after all, you were set up at the 1-yard line, couple yard loss there, no big deal. Go ahead and reset. get yourself into the end zone, and this is a whole other ball game.
Another heavy eye look here on 2nd and goal. They try and go round again. Nothing doing. Adam Noel, the backup tailback, gonna lose a yard as Randy Coleman is there.
Great job with the penetration by the Dallas defense. They've been looking good. I mean, it's just been fantastic. I mean, they've just been looking so good against this LA team, and really minus a couple big plays here or there. And that's what I'm saying. We'll see who makes the most big plays today.
Bunch right. Swift, left side, and try and knock it down short. Fowler out of the backfield is there. He's going to be a couple yards short, and LA might just have to settle for a field goal.
And it's just a shame, considering the huge play that you got from Iggy to get yourself into the red zone, and then another catch by Turner that looks certainly to both of us that he might have crossed the plane and gotten the 6, and now having to settle for a chip shot field goal.
Points are still points. Every journey back begins with a single step, and even 3 points can help them on the way to that. 21-10 now our score here from the Lone Star State. Dallas Talons in front by 11. 12 helmets down, 20 to go. Check out Green Gridiron socials to see the unboxings of full-size UFL helmet replicas. They make it real, and so do all of you. For more info on all the amazing products Green Gridiron has to offer, visit greengridiron.com. All right, Eric, we're under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. LA able to get points on the last drive. Now their defense, they really need to stop the big plays because we've already seen a couple of long passing touchdowns just slice through their secondary, something we are not accustomed to have happen to these Aztecs.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've done a great job with containing Travius James, but Rashad Lockley, he's going to be the X factor. He's the guy that you got to watch out for, because that man right there trotting out to the huddle, he is going to look his way a ton. And Lockley, he is a playmaker. He will go ahead and burn you in various different ways. You got to contain Lockley if you're the Aztec defense.
They'll try and run on first down, in LA gets the ball carrier in a hurry and going to actually knock him back for a loss of 1.
Yeah, and that's the other Morales Woods here on this Aztec team. Miguel from free safety spot coming in there and making the stop in run coverage. Great job there.
And helped out there at the tail end by DJ Kilgann in the right end as well. And so that's the one thing about Los Angeles, one of the most heavily populated locker rooms in the UFL. And it's good to see them, a lot of them in chat here tonight. Flip out right side, out of 1, and then finally ushered out of bounds after a gain of 5 or 6 yards is the tailback, James.
And I like the decision to go ahead. Okay, so running the football with James isn't working. We got to get him involved in the passing attack. Let's go ahead and swing him out, see if we can get him going by throwing him the football. And a good gain of 5 yards there. It sets him up with a manageable down and distance.
Here we go. 15 running.
Duty will go into the gun with trips in a bunch formation off to his left. 4-man rush here from Los Angeles. Duty middle, and that one is nearly picked off. Across the middle, the pass might have been there, but taken away rather quickly, and it was CJ Parrish who does it to force the punt.
Yeah, Parrish was just lurking there. I mean, just watching the quarterback's eyes. He saw that Lockley was working his way into his area. Quick decision-making, quick hands there by the middle linebacker, and a great job to break up that 3rd down.
And so we will see them call in a punting formation in Los Angeles, deciding that they might try and fake it. They kind of play a little bit passive aggressively, and in turn, a fair catch called for, but it's a brilliant punt. A long punt that actually ends up in the back of the end zone from Trey Strong, and now the Aztecs will take over at their own 20-yard line. Fowler, well, he's had a pretty decent day today, 9 carries, 19 yards. And it's not really been on him. They've also tried to get him involved in the passing game, kind of like his counterpart for Dallas.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these running backs having trouble getting going early on.
Their play fake here, and they go up the middle with Fowler. He picks up 2 before Dallas comes up with a stop. And this Dallas defense has played very well here today. Getting to the backfield in a hurry, currently leading the game in terms of sacks. Another run here for Fowler off to the right-hand side, getting a few more yards. Brings up 3rd down.
And they're definitely trying to keep Fowler involved so that way they can work the play action into the passing attack, which is what Marco Swift loves to utilize.
Another run, Noel up the middle, and he picks up the 1st down. 3 straight runs to begin the drive, and that might take us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half, but the run game, pretty good going here on this drive, but might need to start airing it out as we further in to this 2-minute warning, as it's 21-10. Dallas with the lead, but Los Angeles have the ball. What will the Aztecs do going into the halftime? We're about to find out. This is the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. And welcome back to the end of this first half. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Eric Vincent. Thanks for joining us as the pass coming out of the halftime had a man open. That was Francher, but Swift just overthrew him.
Oh, and a missed opportunity there because there was not a defender within a good 10 or 15 yards of Fancher. Unlucky there for the Aztecs.
They'll spread the bunch out wide on the right-hand side as Swift will go back to pass again. 5-man rush picked up well by the O-line, and they'll just check it down to the right side, and Bizarre really can't make heads or tails of it. He was contained rather quickly.
And that was a great job in the zone defense by Trevance Roberts, able to back out into the middle of the field, covering the receiver, sees it goes to the tight end. Great pursuit to make the tackle.
They go into the no huddle now as Swift, middle, gets a man in stride. It's Bizarre, and he's all the way down to the 42-yard line.
And this is where you see Bizarre make his money. I mean, he runs those little seam routes, the post routes, and that's where Marco Swift finds him for big plays.
Another pass. Oh, contested grab by Bizarre. Brilliant catch. Moving the chains into the red zone.
And I like that LA is utilizing the no-huddle offense, keeping Dallas on their toes. They don't have an ability to go ahead and re-huddle up, reset. And you see it right there, Bizarre, just too tall for Bernstein, just mossing him in that situation there, outstretching his hands. We'll get a great look at it here from our camera crew. Great job, 20 yards there for the big tight end.
Man, those 5 inches truly make a difference. 6'4" to 5'11". And with 50 seconds and ticking to go, they're on the doorstep of the end zone. Check down underneath, caught by Fowler, tries to shake and bake near the 10. Going to be wrapped up at the 11-yard line, and they'll hustle back to the line here quickly. Going to go under 30 seconds when they come back to the line. You can see in the body language the Wilds are tired for running up and down this field, just trying to get set. Swift, again, another check down for Fowler. He can't go any further forward than the 10-yard line, and there's our first timeout from LA. It's 3rd and 3.
Some opportunities for LA to have utilized those timeouts to maybe save a little bit more time on the clock. I don't mind them going no huddle in this situation because this has worked well and kept Dallas on their heels. However, I think a little bit better clock management here might have served the Aztecs well on this last drive.
Swift. Only 4-man rush. His guys are standing still. They're going to try and make something happen. Yes! Miles Morales was in the end zone, and they won't mark him a yard short this time.
Going to time, 6th touchdown of the season for Miles Morales Woods. And this was a clutch one into the sun. He's having to stare down that big gaseous ball of fire sitting up there in our galaxy. And he comes down with that burning ball for the tutty.
third 10-plus yard score tonight, as LA brings it to within a score between them, 21-17, with 13 seconds to go until halftime.
And we got ourselves a ball game, Tyler. This is what we were anticipating. You know, even when Dallas had jumped out to that big 2-score lead, it kind of felt like, okay, they're just kind of feeling each other out. We'll see LA get back into this ball game. And sure enough, they certainly have a disappointing field goal a couple possessions ago, but it worked well into their plans to go ahead and work the football down this final possession before the halftime, getting a touchdown, 10 unanswered points, and now it's only a 4-point deficit.
We are back underway. We'll see what Dallas try to do here with the remaining time in the half, and the return only going to go up to the 24-yard line. And it looks like they're just going to try and run out the remainder of the half. No play action. Pass right side is caught by one of the tight ends. And instead of running it out, they pass it out. And we go into halftime. Dallas will get the ball to start the second half, and they currently lead here at home 21-17. A ball game we have, and a very high-scoring game we also have. Both these defenses playing well, but the offenses have had their way here for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely, Tyler. And it's been a great game between both of these teams so far. Dallas obviously getting off to a hot start with those 2 takeaways, taking advantage of those and getting points on the board. But the big play has really been highlighted in this first half. Both teams coming out with these splash plays, these long pass plays and whatnot down the field. And 38 points within the first half. We got fireworks, folks. Strap in, strap on, get your popcorn ready. We got one more half to go, and it's going to be a good one.
And we are back.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Thank you, Chris Curtis. We are back here in Dallas. Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent here. It's been a while. It's been a literal month since the last time I called a UFL game. I didn't know if station identification was third quarter or halftime, and, well, there goes Commissioner and my brother-in-law getting one back on me as Lynch gets the return up to the 24-yard line. Eric Vincent, we're back for the second half, and it's time for Dallas to maybe extend this lead. They've got out to a 21-7 cushion a while ago, but they really haven't made any headway since.
They really haven't. And honestly, truly, just be thankful you haven't seen the cam come on with him just looking sternly into your soul.
Yet. There's still time for that. As the run off to the left-hand side, gonna go for maybe nowhere. In fact, gonna lose a yard. There he is. The cam is always welcome on UFL broadcast. As James, again, this is a far cry from where he was a week ago, Eric, setting league records. Los Angeles defense has kept him in check here today.
Both these running backs, star running backs on both of their squads, respective squads, and both of them have been kept in check by their defensive counterparts.
Duty with time. He's going to try and tuck it in and run. He's got plenty of space out there, and he slides down. A scramble of 9 yards to make third down very manageable.
Yeah, good hit on the back end there by Parrish as Duty was coming in for the slide. That's really been the one thing that we haven't seen from Cameron Duty yet today, and we just got it right there.
2 tight ends, and they'll go to the ground game. James off to the right side, and that's good enough for a first down. Didn't need much, but he got enough.
And it's tough saying that that's maybe one of his best runs of the evening as well, because we really haven't seen much from Travius James. You touched on it, Tyler, breaking records just a week ago. Clearly this Aztec defense wanted to hone in on him and make sure that he was not a factor in this ballgame. So far, it's been successful.
pretty balanced attack here. A couple more runs than passes as Duty will go back to work. They're over the middle on the halfback crosser. That's a good gain. About 15 yards from Duty to the first guy getting the reception. That's Taryn Walls, the third string halfback.
A little bit of a wrinkle there for Dallas as Walls checks in at running back, and he's able to get the pass coming out, just a little out route coming out of the backfield, and maybe the defense didn't see him because he's listed at 5'9" in your programs, which, I mean, if you know anything about football programs, it might have been given a couple inches on that.
I mean, the big thing is it's that very drastic height difference. You've got guys like Iggy Turner at 6'7". When those 6'9" guys come out, they can really throw you off because you're not really looking for the little guy, as that's a brilliant bench concept there. Out route caught, first down, 11 yards for Grady.
Yeah, Freddie Grady getting in the mix, listed at wide receiver 2, 6 foot, 204, 10-year man out of TCU, Texas Christian University, Horny Toads.
And the veteran wide receiver in this core, longest serving member in the UFL, Travius James, going to go backward a yard, third tackle of the day for Parrish.
Yeah, and Parrish has been looking good as the game has gone along. A little quiet to start things off, but he's been getting involved a little bit more here on that Aztec defense. And really, I'll say that the quiet part has been the front four. I haven't really heard a ton from Kilgannon, Curse, and Foraker all along the front four there. It's a couple fireworks early on, but since then, really not a whole lot. Duty's been doing a good job getting rid of the football quickly.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
4 down linemen, and they've got 9 out of the 11 guys stacked up really close to the line. Out route is caught, and that's the second stringer tight end, Charlie Elliott. And even though Los Angeles were close to the line, they couldn't pick up the quick out route.
No, and it was just a nicely run route, just right in the cushion of that defense that Aztecs were running. And Elliott, man, that is a perfect ball thrown by Cameron Duty, because Elliott didn't even know the ball was coming to him. Comes out of his route, boom, it's right there in his hands. Perfect play.
That's only possible because of the composure and consistency and the camaraderie in that locker room. Handoff, James, left-hand side, and he's going to go backwards. And maybe just the teamwork, just repetition in practice. You can only make those throws if you know the other guy knows it's going to be coming.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes into the practice, going in there, staying after practice, getting in some extra reps, getting the timing down right with your quarterback. So that way you know exactly what to look for on game days. Make game days the easy day.
70, Indy.
After going backwards on first down, it's 2nd and 14 from the Aztec 27-yard line. Quick drop, and he lost the football, but picked up quickly by the fullback, Shane Vincent. And Dallas breathed a sigh of relief.
Oh, yeah, they got lucky on this one for sure, because Duty got the ball slapped out of his hand as he was trying to work his way forward, maybe bring the ball back, but he couldn't quite reel it back in. It was on the backside, I think, of Michaela Foraker. It was, which jarred the football loose, and Vincent was just Johnny on the spot there to get the football.
60 outlaw.
59 of you joining us on VFN. Thank you so much. My goodness, another what could have been interception dropped. Trayshawn Young unable to haul that one in.
Tayshawn, you had this one, man. You jumped the route. You could have been gone. Reservations for 6, back to the crib, and you dropped it right in the palms, man. Yeah, you're going to be on those jug machines at practice.
And so it sets up a 45-yard attempt straight down the middle. It is good. And Dallas extend the lead out to 7 following that 45-yard field goal. And Dallas able to take the opening drive of the second half and pick up points here, Eric. Now, LA, they've been on a little bit of a tear coming into the end of the first half. That may just spur them on here for their first possession to really come back in this game.
Oh, absolutely. And, Dallas took a lot of time off that clock with the initial possession here of the third quarter, only getting a field goal out of it. You have to think that LA's got a little fire in their belly. Hey, we can march the football down the field, we can score a touchdown, and it's a 0-0 ball game all over again.
And the kickoff will be taken down to the end zone, down for a touchback. For UFL schedules, standing stats, rankings, and more, visit the league website at UFL.football and claim your player today. You can help your favorite team succeed there too by just being a fan and declaring your fandom. UFL.football, the official home of everything UFL. There's some of the scores cycling through on the left side of your screen. Couple of good games. Unfortunately, that Charlotte loss knocks them out of the postseason, and Fowler making a couple of good moves to really get it going. You see Wichita falling to Cincinnati. That knocks Wichita out of the running as well for the postseason as well. But there's the big story right there. Tennessee comes all the way back to beat Milwaukee for their 5th straight win. And they look like the hot team coming to the playoffs. And here comes a good play as well here on this side of the field. And just like that, Lars Bazaar, he has started cooking here at the end of the second quarter. He's picking up right where he left off.
Oh, he sure has. Almost up to the century mark on 5 catches. And I think Swift might have found a little bit of a safety valve here in this offense. We saw him going to Iggy a little bit more towards the beginning of the game. We saw him going Miles' way as well, but it seems that they're starting to leave open Lars, and that's not a good idea if you're the Dallas defense.
A different Aztecs team owner would say hashtag throw to the tight end, as Fowler this time goes nowhere. You might want to go back to the tight end after that.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to need to do, because right now the running attack is just not there. I mean, you've seen it over and over again. Fowler just trying to get involved, running the football out of the backfield, and Dallas has just clamped it shut.
Play action, blitz coming, and Swift maybe just got a little happy feet, and that's the second overthrow we've seen tonight.
Yeah, and in a similar spot as well. Wide open man towards the far sideline, and just missed the mark.
3rd and 10 now here for Los Angeles. Swift, middle, that's hauled in. Morales Woods living in the center of the field and picking up the necessary yards. He's been the go-to guy for all those in routes here throughout this season.
Yeah, Miles has been absolutely fantastic. He's been working that middle of the field, as you mentioned, Tyler, and getting into that second level, and just a great route, cutting it back inside. Great decision by Marco Swift to put it on the numbers. And they are driving. That sure enough, the Aztecs are driving. They're just about into the red zone in Dallas territory.
5-man rush, corner coming off the edge, and Swift had to get rid of it quickly. A minimal gain there as Sheldon Hastings stops them for only a yard.
Yeah, good closing speed there by Hastings, recognizing, going to the out route, the check down to Fowler, and just a good, solid one-on-one tackle there to bring Swift down to the ground.
Keep everything in front of you. One of the main points they always teach DBs and members of the secondary. As long as you keep everything in front of you, you'll have a better opportunity. Fake fullback dive, halfback toss, and it goes for a minimal gain. That nearly worked out perfectly for LA.
Oh, it looked like it was going to be buried in the backfield, but it looked like the defender just took a bad angle, and that enabled Fowler to go ahead and get a couple extra yards. Now it's a 3rd manageable here for the Aztecs.
Looking over the middle, caught, might be short of the line to gain. Fancher hauling it in for his first grab. He's just a yard short. Heim with the first down saving tackle.
Oh, and that's on Fancher. If you're running that route, you got to be aware of where the line to gain is, and you got to make that cut right there at that line. He was clearly a yard short, made it easy for the linebacker to come up and make the play, and now it's going to be a 4th down.
LA gonna go for it. Just a yard to go. I formation, handoff, no play action. Swift can't get rid of it. Oh, down he goes. Turnover on downs. Randy Coleman. The 2nd sack of the day for him, and Dallas will take over.
9-year man out of LSU getting his second sack of the game, as you mentioned, Tyler, and just a great job there, staying disciplined, recognizing the play action, getting in there and wrapping up the quarterback. Great job there to set his feet and just make the hit on Marco as he was trying to get rid of the ball. Could have easily jarred the football loose, could have been a big turnover and possibly some additional points. But either way, Dallas getting the football back. Great hold by the defense. Offense needs to march down the field and add to this lead.
LA not known for going for it on fourth down. That's only the second time they've tried, and they failed on both attempts. They're one of two teams, Salt Lake being the other team, that have not converted a fourth down this season. As the in and around over the middle is caught by Neil Rivers for a gain of about 9.5 on first down.
Yeah, Rivers getting back into the ball game here. We saw him on that long touchdown run in the first quarter, and now he's getting involved. Penalty marker might have been offsides.
And they'll say false start on Dallas instead. Maybe Bergstein, one of the, they can't figure out who it was. Maybe it was all of them. Maybe it was everyone but the center. We'll never know. As we go back to the line, that'll knock him back 5 yards, 2nd and 5, and then go play action. Duty with time, clicking. Oh, he threw a pick. Ill-advised pass, and LA have it. Rain Rie.
It was looking for Freddie Grady, but I mean, really, there was no option there. You cannot throw that ball if you're Cameron Duty, and Rie just plays it perfectly. Actually, it was the fullback, Vincent, and Rie just jumps the route. He's had a bit of a tough game, getting juked out of his shoes on these big plays, finally able to redeem himself, and LA is in business now.
Set up an excellent field position, and that's the first true mistake of the day for the Dallas offense. .205 to go here in the third quarter. They start with the run. Fowler changing the hole he wanted to run through. He might have tried to run through the A-gap on the right side, changes it to the one on the left, and picks up 2 yards for his troubles.
Yeah, patient run there, but really not a whole lot of options, not a whole lot of space for him to work with, and we've seen that pretty much all game long for the LA rushing attack.
Another run here for Fowler. He's got 43 now on the day on 16 carries.
Slow coming out of the backfield there. Obviously a lot of volume here for the star running back. Now 3rd and manageable.
Swift with time, just going to check it down to the right-hand side, out of the tackle, first down and more for the Aztecs. Bizarre again.
Violent move on the initial contact there on Randy Coleman. We were singing his praises, just the drive ago on that big sack on Swift, and then watch Bizarre just lower his arm, shove him off, then lower his shoulder on the corner, getting an extra yard or two. That was a big play on 3rd down.
Coleman couldn't do nothing, and the only thing that Hastings could do was hold on for dear life, and LA finds themselves back in the red zone. Delayed handoff, but Dallas is right there. Time. Johnny on the spot again.
Yeah, Heim has been playing very, very well here in the second half. He has been great in pass coverage and great on the run as well. Dallas really collectively, just a good job sniffing that out. Looks like a linebacker blitz was called. Made it easy for Heim to go ahead and just break down and make the stop on the star running back.
You could see him slow down a little bit as well, anticipating the run, but being ready to react in case it was a pass, as that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Get your 4s up in chat. We're going to the final frame of regulation here on the penultimate week of the regular season. Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent here on the call. It's a battle for playoff positioning. 2 of the best teams in the league going forward. Swift gonna try and go for it in one play, and he just hits him out of the back of the end zone, incomplete 3rd down.
Yeah, just a hair too strong on that throw, and I know what he was trying to do, trying to get it to Miles in the back of the end zone. Really the only place he could put it, just a bit too far.
2 wideouts to the right. Go play action RPO, and there is a guy near side. Swift able to find Turner, but needed more than that. They're 8 yards shy. Here's a decision. They went for it on 4th and short last time. This is 4th and long. Might want to take the points here.
Yeah, I would definitely anticipate LA taking the points here, especially in a close game like this. Only 1 quarter to go. Your defense is starting to show up a little bit and force Dallas into making some mistakes.
On to attempt the 30-yarder is Chris McCray, and his leg remains true, and it's back to a 4-point deficit as Dallas' defense able to get off the field before succumbing for a touchdown. They give up a field goal instead, and now their offense will have an opportunity for a response as one more week of UFL football, at least the regular season for it. We'll see every single team in action here, Eric, but we're really getting close to the playoffs now.
Oh, and it is exciting across the board. I mean, from, league offices to locker rooms to the fans, everyone is so excited for these inaugural playoffs to come around the corner. So much parity in this league, so many options that are possible to come. We'll just have to see how it all unfolds.
As Cameron Duty comes back into the huddle, 10 of 15, 2 touchdowns. Did have the pick on the last drive. We'll see what changes were made. They do still have the lead. He was going to try and throw it again, try and build back that confidence. Middle is caught, and that one's going to go for first down yards, maybe 11 yards, as he's able to hook up with Lockley.
And, maybe that turnover is just the wake-up call that Dallas needed. It just needed to understand how close of a game this is. Obviously, your offense is humming, but you need to put the foot on the gas and take control.
Another pass, and this one sails on Duty. That's second down.
Not quite sure what was going on. There were a couple different receivers in the area. Kind of got hung up by the defense. Really nowhere for Duty to go.
Now they go with a run, and James drags 3 defenders with him as they pick up 6 yards, and it's 3rd and 4. Big test here for LA's defense.
And James has got to be frustrated with the stat column here tonight after such a successful game just a week ago.
Duty looking for a first down, caught it, and more up to the 46-yard line. Freddie Grady hauls in the first down reception, and this for Los Angeles is a bit of a shock. They're usually so good on 3rd downs, so good on defense all around, but Dallas has just had their number.
No, they really have, and it's been the big play. It really has. Right now, obviously, we're not seeing that. Dallas trying to do a good job of maintaining possession, chewing the clock, and just working the ball meticulously down the field. But the Talons have come up with some great plays on offense that have bit LA in the butt.
Duty, that's a big hitter again. 16 yards up to the 30-yard line. Lockley again. 4th reception of the day.
And it's been that dude. 4 catches for 106 yards. My math isn't great, but that's averaging over 25 yards a catch. That's a big play threat right there, and you haven't secured him if you're LA's defense. That's what's been hurting them.
And already into field goal territory are the Talons. They could get it out to another 7-point lead, but a touchdown would make it a 2-score lead. James up the seam, and he gets another big rush. Biggest run of the game for Travis James.
Yeah, you said it, Tyler. Best run of the game for him. Just great blocking up front finally as the Dallas offensive line able to get a little bit of a crease there, and that was a great run. 16 yards on that carry. He had 18 the whole game prior to it.
Brand new set of downs, and they move into the red zone. LA's on their heels. They go again with the ground. James again through the middle, and he is bottled up after a gain of 6 yards. And right now, if I'm Dallas, keep feeding that man the rock. He's dynamite in these scenarios.
Absolutely. Had that nifty little touchdown run earlier in the ball game in the first quarter.
Middle, that one is hauled in somehow, some way by Grady.
I don't know how
Wow.
he came up with that one, Tyler. That's an insane ball to throw. I mean, CJ Parrish right there. Scruggs is right there to make the play. Scotty Scruggs, I have no idea how he came up with that football. And now it's first and goal from the 1.
From the 1, a touchdown makes it a 2-score lead as LA tries and piles in 9 defenders in the box. Duty, middle, open the back of the end zone, can't get the foot in bounds. And it's incomplete, 2nd and goal from the 1.
Oof. That was wild. I think he hit his head on the goalpost as he was trying to make a play for that ball. Ouch.
Concussions are a figment of your imagination here in the UFL. They try and go run. James, middle, stopped. A loss of 1 as well. Nikolopoulos, and it's 3rd goal.
LA is trying to stand tall. 10 toes down right here in the red zone, inside the 5-yard line, trying to get the stop.
Duty, right side, wide open, touchdown, Talons. 2-score lead as Duty connects with Rivers.
Second touchdown of the game for Neil Rivers. This one a little bit more quiet than the first one. The big play just coming across the middle and rumbling for 70 yards. But this one, just a nice simple bump route. Parrish, a little too slow to get to the football, and an easy touchdown for the Talons as they add to their lead.
Extra point coming here to make it an 11-point lead here for Dallas. Kick is up and it is good. 31-20. Dallas out in front with 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go. A good long drive here for the Talons to put them, in the lead, in control. But LA, they still have a part to play in all this.
They do, and there wasn't as much time chewed off the clock as they possibly could have. They still got 4.5 minutes off the clock, and that's great news if you're Dallas. But 2 possessions here, a little over 6.5 minutes to go. Plenty of opportunity for LA to get themselves back in this game.
There's your current look at the playoff picture as things stand. Talons with a win would still be ahead of Miami. Just barely on tiebreaker at the moment, and the Aztecs, while they, no matter what, they are automatically in the postseason. A loss does not remove them from a division title contention as well. They could still win, and San Diego lose next week, and they'd still win that division. As we go back now, here's the field. 1st and 10. Aztecs need to do everything now. Looking middle, 2 wideouts crossing the middle. They were wide open. That's a gain of about 5 yards as the Aztecs drives gets going.
Yeah, finds Fancher on that drive there. And you touched on it, Tyler. A couple receivers in the area, both wide open. Kind of puzzling.
Shotgun look, 4-man rush, right side, and we've seen this a couple of times. Maybe this crowd here in Dallas getting to Swift. He's had a few airmails tonight.
Yeah, and more to the point, another couple receivers in the area on the same play as well. So I'm curious if the receivers are having trouble deciphering the routes.
And middle, and it's nearly picked off. And it's 4th down here for Los Angeles.
And that was Julian Heim again, just right there in the middle, watching the quarterback's eyes, just able to get a big mitt on that football to knock it down.
There's 2 guys, Heim and Roberts, both in the way of the pass. If Heim didn't get a mitt to it, Roberts probably would have. And they have to go. Down by 11, under 6 to go in regulation. Swift has time. He's going to unload this one, and it's nearly picked off. Would have been an arm punt intended for the tailback Fowler. Instead, it's the 2nd time that LA has gone for it on 4 tonight, and they have missed on both of them. They're 0 for 3 now on the season.
Yeah, and Foxworth, great job just playing back in coverage and doing a good job with making a play on the ball. Had an opportunity at the interception. It was a good-looking play design, and I understand trying to get Fowler in a mismatch, but Dallas coming out with the zone coverage, not really a mismatch when you got a corner on Fowler there. So a second missed fourth down conversion, third of the season, and now Dallas can go ahead and choose some clock.
And they have the perfect tailback to do it. Travis James left side, and he gains a couple. About 5 this time around.
Looking better as the game has gone along. I know the Dallas offensive line has struggled against this vicious front four for the Aztecs, but he's starting to get a little bit of traction here as we get deeper into the ball game.
Play action, Duty gonna still try and test the air, and that is caught. Inbounds for a gain of 4 to James.
A little close to the sideline, couldn't quite see if maybe he got the foot in. No challenge flag, so now going to be 3rd and 2.
Clock continues to roll under 5 minutes now. 3 tight ends, another play action. Duty looking for one of his tight ends on the sideline. It's Neil Rivers to the 8-yard line. First and goal again. A touchdown could really put this one in jeopardy for an LA comeback.
And Rivers close to the century mark off of 4 catches. And this is the type of threat that he is in this Talon offense. He's Mr. Reliable. If you need a catch, go ahead and throw it to the man wearing double 8s, and he will come up with the play. Very similar to another receiver in this town wearing the double 8s.
As Dallas go inside the Aztec 10, just 8 yards away from a 3-score lead. Play action again. Duty left side on an 8th cut. Lockley, no. In and out of his hands. The hit joined the ball free.
Oh, perfect throw, too, there by Cameron Duty. That was a thing of beauty. Just couldn't quite come up with it. Good Lockley on the back side of the end zone.
Press coverage now on the wideouts. As Duty again will look to throw. Has time, only a 3-man rush. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Man, they're stopping the clock, and even if they get points here, Eric, they're inviting LA with all 3 timeouts and time.
And they're still going to pass it here, Tyler. I'm totally with you. Just run the football.
Duty has time, end zone, touchdown, it don't matter. Lockley again, touchdown again. Dallas, 37.
And, conversely, that's exactly what can happen there. They were wanting to go for the final score because they know if it ends up being a 3-possession lead, it is going to be very difficult for LA to come back from it, no matter how much time is left on the clock in this final quarter. So, great job by Dallas. Great drive there. Lockley with another touchdown grab, and Dallas looks to have secured this one away from LA.
And that earlier non-challenge call, that pass to Iggy Turner all the way back in the first half, looming large now as it's 38-20, an 18-point lead now for Dallas as they look to solidify this one, and they'll really have everything going for them. They will control their own destiny going into the final week of the regular season, as even just one more win guarantees them the #1 seed. But this is the one thing about the UFL, Eric. There are no buys in the playoffs, so even if Dallas gets the #1 seed, they might have to play the Ramblers twice in 2 weeks. The only time I recognize that is from a different league when the Vikings had to play the Packers in an end of the season game and then a playoff game right after that.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be absolutely nuts. Doesn't matter how many games you've won, what division you've won. You got to win 4 games to hoist that championship trophy in Vegas. And, man, buckle up. It's going to be great playoff action.
LA you know, just the way that Dallas has come out tonight, scoring 38 points. LA has given up 219 points this season. 17 of those points have come in tonight's game. That's crazy. And here comes Swift looking over the middle. That is dropped by Fancher, and some of the LA faithful are looking at him and like, you need to be claimed and claimed quickly so we can really work on you.
And Tyler, again, I'm not great with math, but I think that's a 17% on the points that LA has given up tonight.
What did I say, 17 points or something like that?
You might have said
probably
that.
did.
You might have said that.
Oh, boy. See? Like brother, not immune from the occasional flub or mess up. So 6 yards here on second down, bring up 3rd and 4. 4-man rush, 2 spies, as that one's going to go for a first down for Bazaar, and he's been one of the bright spots for this Aztec offense. He's been all over the football field.
Yeah, and we talked about it early on. You know, Swift was doing a great job finding the 1 and 2 options in this offense, and Iggy Turner and Miles Morales-Woods. As the game has progressed, you know, Lars Bazaar has really made an impression on the field with this offense. Over 100 yards receiving, just too little too late. And you talked about it also, Tyler. I think that turning point was the non-challenged call there to give them that touchdown.
And there's a little bit of that miscommunication that's coming into effect now here for LA. We talked about the connection and the teamwork from that one out route that Dallas run, and it seems like Swift has just lost a little bit of his composure here late this game.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
Swift middle, and he connects with Bazaar again. And when all else is failing, just go to your old reliable, and that has been Bazaar.
There's something magical about that 88 number, and we've seen it from both of these teams here, both tight ends working some magic.
Under 3 to go. Swift going to go to the air and in a hurry, and the ball tumbles out of his hand. They'll say his arm was moving forward, so it's ruled an incomplete pass.
Ooh, you know LA's got to be thankful for that. Obviously, game pretty much in hands with Dallas up by 3 possessions, but either way, that would have been salt in the wound.
2:52 to go as Swift, and it's another sack. Talons get home again. It's Ryan Van Holten.
Great play there by the defensive end, getting in there and making the sack. We've seen him get to the quarterback several times this season, 19 and a half now.
That's a wide open catch. Bazaar on a tight end post route. Second time we've seen that in a couple plays. That'll keep the chains moving, and that'll get them further down the field into the 13.
And Bazaar's been the only guy that's really been getting open with this offense.
Try and run again. They try and go outside for Bazaar. He's there up to the 7-yard line. Clock continues to tick away, but we're going to hit the 2-minute warning after that 7-yard pickup. Los Angeles need to get points in a hurry. They're on the door, 7 yards out, 2 minutes to go in the final game of Week 16. Swift looking, end zone, incomplete. 3rd and 3 now.
Like he was trying to go Iggy Turner's way, but again, a little bit of a miscommunication as Turner stopped short and didn't work his way into the end zone like Swift was thinking.
4-man rush, Swift, back corner, incomplete, over the head of Kavungros, the backup tight end, and it's 4th down and 3.
All really comes down to this, and it certainly seems like the wheels have just fallen off a little bit for the Aztecs in these final 5 or 6 minutes of play.
They need touchdowns. They got to go for it. Swift near side, and that's 3 4th down attempts tonight. 4 total in the season, 4th down failures.
And again, this one, I'm not sure. I'd put it on Fowler because, again, you got to know where the sticks are. And once again, that is a yard short, a clear yard short. You cannot run your route like that, especially with the game on the line. And now Dallas can go ahead and just lock this thing up.
Reminds me of that scene from Vendetta. 347 failures. As the run on first down goes out left-hand side, goes for 4 yards, and no one remembers V for Vendetta? Just me. Okay.
Nah, it's been a while.
It's getting late, and that's where all my analogies and stuff just come out of the woodwork, and I show my true colors as we run up the middle here. No gain. LA able to get to him at the line of scrimmage. They know the game's over. They're not calling any timeouts. Dallas are going to come out of here with win number 11 on the season. They control their own fate atop the Great East Conference. And in general, they control their own fate now in the Central Division. A win next week against Tennessee will give them both the number 1 seed and the Central Division. Tonight, they get win number 11. Clock will finally run out. They'll just do one more punt, one more play. And meanwhile, for the Los Angeles Aztecs, who get steamrolled there on the return, they fall to 10-5, but they are not out of the Pacific Division. A win could still grant them the division title, but they got to do it next week. And they'll have to do it at home. As there's your final score, 38-20. The Dallas Talons take home the win, Eric.
Yes, sir. And it was a dominant performance here for the Talons, especially there in the second half, only allowing 3 points in the second half after it being such a close game, only a 4-point differential at halftime. But Dallas came in here, got the win, but hey, sometimes there is a victory in defeat. LA will get an opportunity to retool and adjust their game plan going into the final week of the regular season.
For the best team defense, we were talking about it to begin this game. 38 points put up by this Dallas offense. They take it to the Aztecs, and it wasn't Travius James who was a star last week. It was the big playability by Lockley and Rivers, who completely went hammer on the Aztec defense. As we go final here from Dallas for UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine and for my partner Eric Vincent. This has been a presentation of the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. One more week to go in the regular season. Are you in the playoffs or are you out of the playoffs? All will be decided in the final week of the regular season coming up later this week. And for all of us here from VFN, I'm Tyler Falk, and we're saying good morning, good afternoon, and good night.